going on, guys? Welcome to the You Are Here podcast. This is episode 11. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube for the video. I found out we're on Castbox. We're probably everywhere, all right? Google, everywhere, you know? If you guys want to catch more information about us, we have a website, www.youareherepodcast.co. And I tell Dave, we could not afford the M, all right? Because that shit's expensive.
It's more
all right.
Official. It's more official that way.
Very official. Now, it's going to be a little bit different, all right? I know, don't panic. Someone's missing, but we're in a nice space. Very nice. I think if you guys are not on the YouTube, you guys should check out just like the difference right now. The escalation in quality, because we've been working at it. But I want to introduce a very close special friend. This is Patrick Morgan.
Hello.
I'll play you a little song.
Okay. Oh, wait. Is that it?
All right.
Beautiful.
Patrick, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good right now. How are you?
I'm doing all right, bro. It's so weird because I have not seen you in probably like,
I think it was,
I don't know, dude.
beginning of July.
I graduated
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah. We met
So
up.
we're actually at like the college
Yeah.
that, because you still go here, you know, you're
I'm
still on your
finishing
last
up.
legs. And you work in the film studio and stuff, right?
Yeah, I work in the equipment cage.
Yeah,
like
so that's how we
running
actually
stuff
got in
out.
here. And thanks to that, thank you so much for even being here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. What have you been working on? Because I know you've been working on a lot of things.
Mostly student films lately. You know, everyone like Ian and all them are doing their senior projects. So I've been working on those a lot recently. Pretty much my past like 4 weeks has been that.
Yeah.
Just filming and everything. And surprisingly acting as well.
Yeah. So that's one thing I wanted to get into is like, I noticed that, I don't know if it's even like, do you do more acting than you do like the other side of things? And how do you feel about like doing that? You know what I mean? Or like maybe what do you want to do most? You know what I mean?
So like, yeah, I would definitely agree that I've definitely done a lot of acting. I'd probably say I've done equal amount of acting to like crew work throughout college, which is, I think it mostly speaks to just like, because a lot of people, if they want an actor, especially when you're not based in the city, you need someone you can trust. Yeah. And if you trust a friend, then you're going to choose them. And I guess people just trusted me for that.
For sure.
And I like when I was younger, my main thing was I wanted to act. And then
oh really, it started at that?
Yeah, like I would watch like Gene Kelly and stuff, and I would like just fucking shooting around my front room, just like copying him and everything.
Hell yeah, dude.
The step in time scene from Mary Poppins with
the
chimney sweeps on the
God.
roof. Dude, I would push my couch out like 5 feet from the wall and just be like vaulting back and forth over it, just screaming step in time.
So you had that like a long time then?
Yeah.
Like being like attracted to films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Since very young.
I've always been attracted to stories. So I've had like ADHD and stuff. And apart with that, I would take my medication, and like a side effect of that would be like insomnia and stuff. Yeah. So like no one likes to sit up with their thoughts, especially not when you're like 8 years old or 11. But so I would just like read through the night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My favorite books were like the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yo, me too.
Oh, yeah.
What was the one was the it was like the serpent in the sea? Like, was that one?
The silver chair.
There was a serpent something, dude. Something with a serpent.
You have, so there's
I just know the covers.
There's The Magician's Nephew, which is the first one about the creation of Narnia. Then there's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
The classic.
Then there's The Horse and His Boy.
I think that was it.
Really?
Yeah.
Cause that's
Oh man, I like faintly remember the covers. It's so weird.
What was the cover? Because I had
the horse and the boy one. I just know there's a horse and a boy on it, and that's what came to mind.
Oh, so you had because I had the European print, so it was like 2 rings.
Why?
On it. I got it when I was in Ireland, I think.
Oh,
summer.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're from Ireland, dude.
No, I'm not. My mom.
Oh, you're
is. Not? No. My mom's from Ireland, and my dad's parents are both from Ireland.
But like, you're basically Irish. Look at you.
My old coworker James would say that. He'd be like,
really?
I'd be like, yeah, because he'd be like talking to me about like Irish politics, and he'd be like, you should be upset about this, Pat. This affects you. And I'd be like, I'm an American, James. I'm probably gonna live here. And he'd be like, man. No. Your mom's from Ireland. You're from Ireland.
You gotta
I was
care.
like, okay.
Damn.
Sure.
Have you ever been back?
Yeah, a bunch.
Really?
Excuse me. I used to go a lot more when I was younger, and then as like school and like high school became more of a thing, like we couldn't go as much.
Like family vacations.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we went like 2 or 3 years ago, which was pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was like your favorite thing about Ireland? Because I feel like a lot of people, when they think of Ireland, they don't really know what to picture. Maybe pubs, stuff like that.
Pubs,
you know what I mean?
Pubs are fun, especially when you get live music.
Yeah, man.
Like getting a nice, like going to a session somewhere. For me in Ireland, it's like a lot of just like being there, honestly.
Yeah.
Just literally just
it's
being
so
there.
weird how you see it in like movies too. I mean, that's why a lot of movies are shot like in European countries and stuff. Like just the architecture and like it's just a different look, you know?
Yeah.
Every part of the world has such a different, just the way it looks. And I feel like that shapes even more the culture around it.
Yeah.
So same thing because I'm from Poland.
Yeah.
And like, I used to go back a lot. Yeah. Like same with you. You know what I mean? As I got older, you know, more responsibility and stuff like that. I kind of didn't go as much. But that's one of the main things where like just being there and like the same places I would go to when I was young. Like, I don't know, man. It's just so like, it's one of a kind. You know?
Yeah. Like having that place, especially because when you're a kid, it's like this fantastical place.
Yeah.
And
especially when there's like castles and shit like that.
Like you're going around and you're seeing these castles and you're being told these myths. And like my mom would teach me like prayers in Irish.
Really?
Yeah. So like I'd be like speaking this like weird ancient language. So like I'm a kid and I'm like, this is amazing.
I'd be so into that though.
Yeah. And then like as you grow older, it's like it's not that it doesn't become as fantastical. Yeah. Like I'm still enamored with Ireland. Like it's obviously not a fantasy land, it's a country.
Yeah.
But it looks like one, and like my appreciation for it's more in like the time that I was able to spend there and just like the like atmosphere, because it's a lot more relaxed and just like
imagine like shooting a film in your in your country of choice.
I'm like,
is that like your number one? Like if you had to shoot anywhere, would that be like?
Yeah, I would probably. like my thing is, I'm writing a script right now for a class, and so it's basically like I'm just taking the opportunity to write whatever I want.
Yeah.
No strings attached, no budget worries, just writing, just to get it out. And so like my beginning setting is in Ireland, because like I want to frame it as like with the houses, the styles in the town.
Yep.
It's like really like, I don't want to say cartoonish because it feels rude, but it's like it's somewhat surreal with like the colors and the shapes and the repetition of the houses. It's really surreal to be there sometimes, and especially like I know I could shoot it very surreal.
I feel you.
And so I would love to shoot there, and so I'm writing that, and then I'll try to like pitch it and get
that's what I'm saying. It's like you always got that in the vault, you know what I mean? I actually started writing because I normally don't really write. That's not really my thing, but
you should write more. You're good.
Yeah. I started after I talked about it on the podcast before, but I was in like a weird like, I don't know, I was just like working every day and I was like super tired and like it's kind of like getting in a dark spot, and then I was like thinking about very just like dark things, and then like I don't know, for some reason to my mind like a certain story came out of it, And I mean, I don't want to like give it away.
Yeah.
Well, like, because I haven't really like fleshed everything out yet. But
yeah, you can tell me after.
Yeah, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
But it's crazy like to go from like that dark spot and have like some sort of inspiration from it, and then start like getting an idea for like a project or something. I was like, it's cool to see the light in like the darkness. You know what I mean? So that was cool. We actually, you were in my senior film.
Yeah, I was.
Which is kind of funny. Yeah. So Patrick acted in my film, and he was the main, and he came through clutch as hell, because I had my whole thing cast. Somehow I went to the city and like in a snowstorm for my casting.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that, dude?
I dipped on you for the audition.
Yeah, dude, everyone dipped on me because literally it was snowing like a foot.
I think I called you up like 3 hours before and was just like, "Hey, man, like."
Yeah, dude. I didn't expect anyone. I didn't expect anyone to go, but like.
But you still got.
I still went. I did, but then maybe half of them flaked, which kind of sucked. You know,
that's like, in general, even without like when I held my auditions, I got like maybe like 20% of the people that
actually like
said,
accepting
like,
everything.
That they would come.
Yeah, so that was a journey. But then like it was kind of cool, like when you came through and then Dave came through and helped.
Oh yeah.
Like it was basically the three of us were in it, you know what I mean? And we all worked on it together, which is kind of funny. And Brian, which is so funny. Dude, Brian's killing it.
Dude, oh my god.
Honestly, shout out to Festival Finesser. Never thought I'd be saying
Finesse
that,
gang. Dude. No, dude, for real though, like
it's pretty like.
So our friend Brian Miastowski at the Festival Finesser on Instagram.
I think everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
YouTube, Instagram.
He when we were in our senior project, he started working on his YouTube channel to make like talking about musical experiences, as he puts it.
Yeah.
And but it's like festivals, shows, concerts.
I think mainly like dubstep and stuff, right? Like electronic stuff like that.
Dubstep, rhythm. Which is really hard stuff. And when he started, he maybe had like less than 1,000.
Yeah, dude.
And now he's at like.
Now he's at like, I don't know, like 5,000. I don't know.
I'm gonna check.
Check that really quick. But it was so crazy because, honestly, bro, he is like the epitome of like you just hustle and keep doing something. Like it's the consistency. I think that's the key.
No, yeah.
That shows that like if you keep doing something, you keep working on it, it's gonna grow no matter what. You know.
Oh yeah, and like also like to put it into perspective, like it may be like 5,000, which compared to like the top guys doesn't sound like that much. But he's like got media pass to Lost Lands, which is a huge festival.
Yeah, huge festivals and stuff.
It's run by Excision, who's like a really and well-regarded DJ. So like he was in like the alley in between the crowd and like right in front of the stage, like could go just about wherever he wanted around the stage.
Yeah.
So like
it's surreal really as hell. It's funny. But yeah, shout out Brian. Dude, I remember his senior film, dude. That was so fucking awesome.
Dude, biggest crime of our senior project class was
that
no one else helped.
Yeah,
that
dude.
No one else helped him, and that it didn't get finished.
I was gonna say, and that ending. It was just the to be because he didn't have any help.
Yeah, no, it was like,
and he was helping everyone else, man. That's like I appreciate that.
I felt so bad because like I got to help him on the first day, and then every other day I was already scheduled.
Yeah.
And it was literally every time he would hit me up, and I'd just be like, damn.
Yeah.
Because. And it was like I would like feel like physically ill because I'd be like he was on my set every day like for
me too.
Yeah, you were too.
Me too, man.
Yeah, and like I just couldn't help him really. I felt he was still really grateful though. He's good sport about it.
Yeah,
but, like,
I mean look at him now. You know he's got his own thing happening.
4,515 subscribers.
Approaching
right
5K, dude.
Yeah, congrats, Brian.
Congrats, Brian. Subscribe to him. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
But going back to the film, it was kind of intense, dude, because we had a very small crew.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like it was my first like written, like put into action script.
Yeah, you didn't do fiction film?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I used the web series.
Oh.
So when we did that, which kind of like a cheat. You know what I mean?
God.
So I like kind of substituted
so that was your first
little thing, dude.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like small. Like I want to know what you thought, because I think it was kind of hectic for you,
right?
And everyone probably. Because I think it was an ambitious idea and script.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like it was ambitious, and
but it was kind of fun to me.
I
thought it was a very fun.
The script, like it, like when I read you, like in the senior project class, like when we're reading the scripts, there's always the few that are just like, when you're reading it, you like feel something. Yeah. You like feel a little buzz or something. And like yours was one of them that I definitely, I was reading it and I'm like, I could envision it. Yeah. And I could like feel it. And then especially when you, like, I didn't really have a problem prepping other than learning my lines. Yeah. But other than that, like visually, everything was there for me. Yeah. And like you knew what you wanted. Mm-hmm. You were real precise about it. Like you didn't really falter in your vision ever. So like it was real easy to work with.
That's awesome.
And like it was hectic, but like every set was hectic.
Yeah,
you only
true.
have a semester to do pre-production, production, and post.
Yeah. Plus like the actors bailing out and finding other stuff.
Like your actor bailed out what, like a week or two?
A week before shooting.
That's the same thing that happened to Deej.
Dude, it was literally like,
and same thing, I'm helping him out
again. You guys go in clutch, bro. There's like, it's like you, Ryan, like a couple kids that like they're there for everything, and that's like like everyone appreciates that so much. Maybe some people don't say it, but like I appreciate what you did. You know what I mean? Like you always come through. You know what I mean? I appreciate that about you.
No, yeah, it's like something I like, because I always want to help, and like I just love working on film. Like I don't care.
The feeling of being on set too. Yeah, is so amazing.
It's so electric, and like the creative process and like collaborating with people, especially people who like know what they're doing
and they're in the same thing.
Yeah, and they're like you're all in the same headset space. You're all working on like 3 different projects together. Like you're ready to go, and like I just thrive off it, and I love it.
Yeah, man, it's the best when you can like work off like other people that are willing to be open and like get in it too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, working with Dave was so easy.
Right? Because he's so good, man. He's not here, but Dave, oh my God. Like, I love Dave, man.
Dave, you kill it, man.
He's so good. Like, he's killing it. Dude, he did man. Like, he,
like, right after we filmed yours, that's when he went to Italy, right? After we finished your film?
Yeah. So he went to Rome and did a play. Yeah. He did that. Like, he's always doing stuff, man. Always working. He's always helping other people out too, and like that's the best, man. It builds the community. You know what I mean?
I remember when you told me about Dave originally before I met him. You were like, "Oh yeah, my homie from The Fine Grind is also gonna act in it," and he like acts and stuff too. Yeah. And I was like imagining like a bunch of like the like, oh, my friend who acts sort of thing. Yeah. And then I met him, and like you told me, oh yeah, Dave's going to Italy in like a couple months to work on this play, and I was just like,
it's like, oh, he acts.
Oh shit.
Oh, he acts.
So I'm the one who's like not up to par here. Yeah. But it was.
But he's aside from him as an actor, him as a person, it's like he is so easy to just like work with and be around. You know what I mean?
Like. Disarming in the best way.
Yep.
Not like in a negative way. Yeah. But like that was the thing I wanted to say was like it could have been intimidating, but it wasn't, because he was like so open and so like collaborative is the only thing I can think of. Because like every time right before the scene, he would like come over and be like, hey, do you want to like you want to work out like what we're gonna do and like where we're at each thing? And I was like, yeah. And it was like,
yeah, he moved stuff well. Like definitely made it really having like you guys, people that are, I don't want to use the word competent, but like people that can, they're in the zone and they can flip the switch and be on set and do stuff, and like it was a great time, man. Actually we shot in his room, dude. Remember when I changed this whole room? This is actually a big studio space. We put down the curtain and everything. We got lights and everything out here.
Big space back here.
Yeah, but
built a whole.
Dude, I remember I did not sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I went literally, like, from the night I got all my stuff. I packed it all in my car. I come here alone, dude. And I just like, I can put a picture of how it looked, maybe before and after. I think I have before and after pictures, but it was crazy. I put like records on the walls. I got a record. Like, it was awesome, man. It was so fun.
It looked like a shop.
It was crazy. Like, it was supposed to be like a vintage clothing store.
It reminded me of a lot of the shops I see like up on
man.
Cape Cod.
Yeah,
like the little,
man.
Like, shanty shops. Like,
that's what I was going for.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing. When you said we were reading the script in class, and you said that like it was easy for you to visualize, and you like felt that. Yeah. It's like that's what I was going for, because it was very like, for me, it's creating anything for me is very visual. First, that's the first thing that comes for me, and like the first thing I think of is like, even though I'm colorblind, dude, I don't know why I think of colors.
Wait,
I'm colorblind, yeah.
Oh, what?
Like shades and everything.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, really?
Oh, wow.
I talk about this to everyone.
You might have told me.
I haven't seen each other in a while anyway.
Yeah.
But like, it's really weird that like those tones and everything, very colorful tones, like really attract me, and like I love incorporating that in any way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always relate to like kind of like a music video style.
Right.
You know, some like Gus Dapperton or something.
Okay.
Or like
yeah.
Some Rex Orange County, some kind of like that
something
thing.
like it's
very
like
poppy.
A sheen to it.
Yeah.
Gloss.
Yeah. I want to like somehow put that up. I feel like I should just throw it on.
Dude, do it. Put it up on YouTube. Yeah.
Because I want to just be out.
I've been like meaning to ask you for it because I wanted to go back and watch it. Like,
yeah, dude. I'm just gonna put it up because I'm like I was like, dude, I'm gonna change the music because I used a bunch of just like copyrighted music. But like I'm not making money, dude.
Like for my senior project, like I'm fixing the audio. I made a huge step recently.
Really?
Like got rid of a bunch of the like problems with it.
Really?
Like a lot of the loud noise.
Dude, like I love the story of yours.
Thank you.
Can you go? Because like I wanted to say about you. This is what I was thinking about. It's like you're very like with your like you're in touch with your Irish like roots.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And that whole story was very like I forgot what like it's like kind of like folktale kind of that kind of lore kind of thing.
Kind of like.
Can you explain like what the like plot was basically?
So it was about this couple that they're having a rough patch in their relationship. The husband is too committed to his work, and so the wife threatens to leave. So they go and try to mend their relationship at a cabin in the woods by this lake. And little do they know, something just might be lurking beneath the lake nearby.
And that's like you were saying how that's like an Irish like tale or something, right?
I kind of tried to structure it after how I remembered, like when I would read like old Irish folk tales, like the way I would visualize those is I tried to like structure it similarly to
I forgot what the monster you were saying was.
It was a Kelpie.
Yeah,
Kelpie.
I remember that. Like I don't know, like how you structure it around like that kind of just the idea of it.
Yeah,
I feel like is like important. You know what I mean? Because it adds another layer.
Yeah, well, because originally it was just a single character who and like it was about narcissism.
Yeah.
And so the Kelpie was reflecting him. And then I talked with Neil, and Neil was like, we need another character in there. And I was like, that's a fair point. He was like, do you really think you can pull off 10 minutes of one character with their reflection? And I was like, I'll try something a little.
Shout out Neil Scott though.
Oh yeah. Neil,
yo, we gotta get Neil on the pod.
Thank you. Yo.
That'd be kind of dope, right?
We could totally get
I shouted him out earlier.
Oh yeah.
I wanna kind of connect with the school and like the film program with the podcast.
Yeah.
I wanna like, cause I haven't really had time, but I have a lot of things like in the works I want to do. But yeah. Neil like helped a lot, dude.
Oh, dude, the amount.
He really helped.
Like I said, like from the.
It's like our teacher. It's the advisor at Ramapo College for the film program, and yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, Neil's the best. But for like my script, going from that first with just the one man to what I had, I probably met with him like 15 times to 20 times maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I met with him a lot the first semester.
Yeah.
When we started, especially at the beginning. And it would be like, I'm also thinking of like, because I would just like basically bum rush him when I would see him in the hallway and be like, Neil, do you have 5 minutes? I need you, please. I need to talk to you.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd be like,
all right.
Yeah, I guess I have a couple minutes. All right. And then, but I would just like talk with him about it and then go back. And he's really pragmatic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I think if we had an infinite budget, he would let us run wild, but because of us being students where we are, he's very practical about it, and he doesn't mind students being ambitious. It's just he wants to make sure that they have a plan and also that they can pull it off. If he thinks a student can't pull off something that they want to do in a film, he'll let them know that straight up. Like, he's not gonna dance around it.
They're not gonna sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. Definitely with a lot of the projects that came out of that class for senior, it's, I don't know, the idea of like having just like a final project is so insane. Like, I barely met with Neil, surprisingly enough. Like, I did not meet with him a lot, maybe like 5 times.
Yeah.
And like, he would always he honestly would not give me that much. He would give me like very small things.
He definitely thought you were just like sad.
In a zone?
No, dude, really, like, if Neil, like, usually my thing is if Neil leaves you alone, it's probably because you're like good. Like, or he thinks you're good.
I don't know, dude. He's a saint though.
Oh,
he helped me out so much.
Love him.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up is I didn't get to last week, but I don't know if you know Nipsey Hussle. Passed.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
for
peace,
sure.
for sure.
And the reason I bring that up is I've been reading recently. Dave got me into poetry, like, very big, dude.
I've been meaning to get into it.
Honestly, man, I gotta let you borrow a bunch of books. I've been buying I've been on a book spree too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't read I'm very bad at reading.
I've been meaning to like start rereading. Like, the number one is I'm gonna reread Dune.
Yeah, dude. Dune's so good.
I read it last year, but it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, a lot of things I can't. I'm very slow.
Yeah.
Super slow.
Oh, I'm
getting better though.
If I start reading, I'm like,
yeah.
Like, every spare moment, I'll like on the train.
You have the train though. I wish I had a train.
But dude, I'll be like walking home and like reading.
Oh, really?
Like, I'll walk down the sidewalk and like read and look up, and then I'll like come to the light, stop, cross, and then just keep reading and going.
Dude, someone's gonna jump you, bro.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen one day, bro.
I live in Northeast Bergen County in New Jersey.
True.
Like,
I don't know, dude.
I take the train
a
from
bear's
Iowa
gonna
to
jump you or
Ridgewood.
something, man. But anyway, so this book is it's actually a book by Tupac. The Rose That Grew from the Concrete, and I just wanted to read a couple things because this connects for me to Nipsey Hussle, as he's a rapper from LA, and like growing, like, he came from poverty similar to Tupac, and it was crazy to see like the connection, because people he called himself like the Tupac of our time, or like other people called him that too. And he was a person that, like, even though he came from this area that offered nothing for him, it was still a home.
Yeah.
And he recognized it as that. And similar with Tupac, he came from poverty, and he got out of this hard point in his life through like expression in music, and he actually did like acting. Like, starting out, he did acting.
Yeah.
And like writing and stuff like that.
He was in Nothing But Trouble.
Yeah,
Dan
man.
Aykroyd's film.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. And similar to Nipsey, it's like they leave these like really troubled places.
Yeah.
But then they always give back and come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is, I think it's like so important. It's just like, I've been thinking about, I'm like, how am I gonna like give back to where I'm from? You know what I mean? I feel like that's such a...
Are you kidding?
I feel like that's the last thing that people think about.
If I ever get more than like $10 million, I'll say. Because like, I'll still give to charity if I get less than $10 million.
Yeah.
But like, if I get more than $10 million and start like seriously investing in a community, it's not, unfortunately, gonna be mine.
Yeah.
Because I come from a well-off community.
Yeah.
Like, like I don't like my school never had a need for books. We had an abundance of books. Like the closets full of books. And then like, you know, there's other schools.
Definitely like Jersey in general. I feel like anywhere in general has like, let's say like Patterson or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like places that have like tougher like upbringings and stuff. I don't know. It made me want to like give back more.
Yeah, because why? Like, there's no point in me giving back to Ridgewood. Like maybe like just general upkeep or like a playground or something. But
a statue of yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right in front of town hall.
Everyone walks by it.
Everyone has to kiss it when they walk by.
It's so freaking crazy.
I have a live stream cam to it. But yeah, like if I was doing anything serious, like trying to help with like giving back for education or something, I would probably give to an area that had less than I did.
Yeah. I think just giving back in general, wherever it is like, I don't know, that's what one thing I can't like I thought about. It's like I'm always trying to move forward and like, you know, make more money, and like it's, you know, I gotta live, you know what I mean? I gotta move on, you know, I gotta grow up and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like when you start thinking about, let's say in the future, you know what I mean? Like how high are your ambitions and stuff like that?
Pretty high.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And it's like, it's crazy. It's just like inspiring for me because coming from either Tupac or like Nipsey Hussle is like coming from nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
and they have like such an important impact on society and stuff. Like they're very smart. Not a lot of people, especially from the
fact that people still hold on to the thought that Tupac's alive. Yeah, like that in and of itself just shows like there's not really anyone, I don't think, out there saying, "Oh, Biggie's still alive somewhere." Yeah, like, no offense to Big, still a beast. But
dude, they're the legends, man.
But like, yeah, people just have an affinity for Tupac. He just like touched it. He was in touch with. I want to read
one poem that just like, it's his most famous one. It's literally the name of the book, "The Rose That Grew from the Concrete." Yeah. It's so like, I don't know, man. That's one thing I connect with very much with his poetry is like the visual, and the way he writes is so like, you know, like. He like abbreviates with like two and like stuff like that. I'll just read it really quick. And I love he puts like the title, "The Rose That Grew from Concrete." It's autobiographical. So it's about himself. Okay. You know? So it goes, "Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete, proving nature's laws wrong and learned to walk without having feet? Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from the concrete when no one else even cared." Like, what do you, like, it's so like, I don't know, man. Like I haven't read one bad thing from him. It's insane.
It's like, I feel like Tupac had so much more than just like the scene in Straight Outta Compton. Yeah. When you see him in the sound studio and he has like the whatchamacallit, the handkerchief thing, the tied around his head, and he's like just chilling and stuff in the booth. It's like that's like the view everyone has, but it's like also like you got to think of like in Nothing But Trouble, like the early 90s scene of like that like colorful clothing and like unity, and like he was a part of that too. Yeah. And it's like, so I look at that and I'm like, he like, I feel like there's so much more, like a lot of the media also portrays him as like this like gangster rapper, and it's like there's so much more surrounding him than that. Yeah. And there's so much more that he talked about and believed in than that.
Yeah, I agree totally, dude. It's like that's a lot of the it's a crazy story about like how this book came to be. Yeah. Because basically the way like he didn't put out his poetry. Right. He had a mentor. The person that helped publish this book. Basically she was sitting down reading Nelson Mandela's wife. Wrote a book. She was exiled from her home country. You know what I mean? Africa. Yeah. And she was reading that book, And then like she's just like sitting downstairs reading this book, and then some kid comes up to her and starts reciting lines from the book to her.
Really?
Like line by line, like exact. And it was him.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she was so like amazed, and she was a teacher. So she was on her way to a seminar.
Oh wait. I think I heard about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a big story, you know what I mean? But it explains it in the like the preface of this book.
Yeah.
And she took him to the seminar to basically it's like a poetry circle. And that's when he started writing.
Okay.
So he kept writing all these things, and he never put them out, but like after he died, she had all his poems, and she like put it all into this book. Wow. And it's everything that he wrote.
Damn.
And
that's crazy.
It's crazy, man. I recommend everyone. It's
like
Tupac Shakur, The Rose That Grew from the Concrete. It's just, I don't know. It's been moving me along. It's just reading it for sure. I'll let you borrow it after. For sure, man.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah.
You got to get into some poetry, man.
Dude, I need to.
It opened like another thing. That's why I wanted to ask. So, me and Dave were talking about, like, he goes to poetry for like inspiration for film and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when he's writing a story, he writes a lot. A lot of poetry like is his kind of like gateway thing for him.
Right.
And I was talking about how for me it's kind of like photography and music. You know, which kind of like in lines with my like hobbies. And it's so similar with him. His hobbies too, he kind of does poetry and stuff too.
Yeah.
And I was wondering like where do you get like your inspirations from, like if you can like root it to something, you know what I mean?
A big thing for me is music always.
Yeah.
Mostly like the tone of the music and lyrics. Like for the screenplay I'm writing right now, I'm listening to a lot of like early Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
and, like,
man, that's the best.
Sid Barrett solo stuff.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the Electric Prunes, like just like basically like 65 to 75, just like garage rock and psych rock.
Yeah. Yeah, you're super into it all the time.
Yeah, dude.
For the longest time.
It's like just having like the like somewhat childishness in it I kind of like, because I feel like you need that in film to an extent.
Yeah.
Like you need a kind of like wondrous aspect. So like I try to find stuff like that, and watching other stuff is a huge inspiration for me.
Yeah.
Like I like to, like, if I see a director doing an homage to something and like I'm really like psyched about it, I might see, like, I'll like see where the homage came from. Yeah. And then I'll check out that thing. And try to get
I love that. Yep.
Because I feel like if you get to, like, if you go to the first thing that did it, like if like the bike sliding from Akira, you go watch it in Akira and you get why people resonate with that moment in the film, like emotionally, and why it's such a like huge thing in pop culture. Yeah. And so I like try to look for stuff like that and like find like that Akira moment and like try to figure out like what about it kind of made it that moment. And then figure out like why I like it specifically. Yeah. And then like pick out from that, like, so like, oh, I like a lot of psychedelic or like fantastical things, somewhat more surreal, kind of absurdist stuff too. Like if I do anything comedy, it'll probably be like an absurdist sort of like screwball zany thing, more like physical and visual rather than like verbal. Yeah, got you. But like just figuring out, like finding things in culture and in like media that
and connecting
that resonates me, and connecting the dots of like why this specific thing and what aspect of it draws me to it. That's the best, when you can like watch a film and like you'll say you notice something for the first watch and you watch it again and you keep learning. It's that's the best thing. Like just because that's my favorite, because when you watch it through the second time, you're able to let your eye just like dance across the frame and just pick out like little things. Like actually, it's not really a good example, but from Hereditary. Did you see that?
I didn't, dude. I suck at movies, dude.
Can't.
We got every guest. We always have a list, dude. I have such a long list.
If
bro.
I give you,
I was gonna ask.
I
was about to ask. Did you ever see Enter the Void?
I started it, but I fell asleep.
Bro, it's definitely one of those, like, I'll fall asleep to it, but
I need to watch it.
That guy is Gaspar Noé.
Gaspar Noé. Yeah, I'm not too hot on most of his stuff.
He's all right, but I remember I watched that through, and I was like, dude.
Everything you gave a presentation about it, and I was like, damn, I gotta go back and watch this and not fall asleep.
He was I actually saw he was making a new film, and did you see what it is? Yeah. I was like, what is going on?
It's just like,
it's that French shit.
I just don't think there's enough.
Is he French? I don't even know.
I guess. You don't say half the letters in his name. So yeah. Is that a problematic thing to say?
No, it's fine. It's all jokes here.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I wasn't too interested just because, like, every time I would see a trailer or see him talking about it or the actors, it always seemed more about, like, it seemed like, oh, that's a cool, like, exercise and experimentation in film and, like, act and performance. Mm-hmm. But there wasn't really a story. It's just like a dance troupe.
I think that's very true. I think for me it's heavily, like, driven by the visual, and which kind of tells a story instead of the characters kind of doing it.
Yeah, it's all about, like, provocative visuals and stuff. And like provocative themes.
Yeah, and a lot of the shots, especially in Enter the Void, is like,
oh yeah,
I don't know how they do anything.
Oh my god,
like, I really don't know. It goes from POV to you die, you go in the sky, you're going around everything, you see your family fucking in some shit, and then it's crazy, dude. I recommend, like, if you just want to trip out, like, I'm telling you, the full thing, like, coming full circle, like, your mind's gonna be like, what am I doing watching this?
Oh man,
and it's very long though.
Okay,
I think it's like 2 hours or something.
Okay,
it's dude, very honestly, long.
Like, the more I've been, like, in, like, working within, like, film and thinking within the realm of film, like, I just don't care about the length. Like, obviously, like, something that's like 5 hours is ridiculous. Like,
it's 2 hours 41 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's not that bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, like, I think I'm trying to think of the longest film I've watched.
What is the longest film? I feel like that'd be interesting to look at. The
longest film?
I want to look that up real quick.
I mean, the longest one, aspect ratio wise, is Napoleon.
Aspect ratio wise.
But yeah, a little nerdy film joke for all you out there.
All you film nerds out there.
Film geeks and
longest film ever.
Well, it also depends on what you classify as a film, because you can have someone like Fassbinder, the French director, I believe.
Yeah, Fassbinder.
Yeah, and like, he has, like, stuff like 8 hours don't make a day, and he calls it a film, but it's like
14 hours.
A series, essentially.
14 hours.
Oh my god.
A documentary?
Oh, what about, like, fiction though? Like, singular fiction film. I'd be interested to find that out.
How would you write a 5-hour film?
I would probably go about it in story arcs.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have probably 5 hours. You can probably fit in 3 story arcs successfully, and then you also have, like, you have 2 main arcs, and then you have 4 to.
I found something really weird.
Subplots, I guess.
I don't know what country this is from, but it's called Matrosh. It sounds kind of Russian, but a German girl eats yogurt, looks through a phone book, and tries to sleep on a couch to no avail.
My Friday night.
What do you think about that?
Doing stuff like that?
Yeah.
I think
kind of just like, I took a class on performance art.
Oh yeah, the one I dropped out of.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Oh man, I stuck through the whole thing.
Yeah, you did.
It was wild. That was one of the most painfully, like, honestly, I want to say a little bit rewarding at the end.
Really?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not that much.
Do you think you can
but a little
understand the heady aspects of performance art now?
What I got from it, dude, is like with performance art, it's like you can do anything.
Yeah, it's
you can stand in the middle of a room and be like, I'm performing.
It's mostly about intent.
Yeah, there's a lot of like very interesting things.
Yeah,
there's a lot, but with art, I think in any form, any like film, whatever, art, like painting, like all that stuff, there's always gonna be that like modern twist that just doesn't really do much.
Doesn't really slap.
You know what I mean? It's like the point, the intent is just to be like, oh, it's nothing.
Like
there is no intent.
So like the state of the modern art world right now.
Yeah.
I follow this guy Brad Trammell on Instagram, and he critiques art. If I had more
critiques
money.
Art.
Well, not actually. He doesn't. He like talks
I know
about
what you
art,
mean.
but he like critiques the art world.
Really?
And he like memes it. He's like
what's his name?
He's like the meme lord of high art.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Brad Trammell.
Troem.
Gotta check that out.
E-L. Yeah, really cool stuff. And but yeah, he like talks about like how like the majority of like galleries are privatized now, and like if it's privatized, it's pretty much like a front for or a tax shelter, or a tax haven, or just like a big dick show. But yeah, and so like stuff like that, and it's really interesting because it's, to an extent, it's true. I think obviously you need like those galleries, and like you need a sort of, I think you need a sort of pretentious kind of intelligentsia, I guess would be the word.
I guess just to evoke something.
Yeah, to be like gatekeepers kind of, because you can't, like, I think you should let everyone run wild within something, but you have to have people there sitting back saying, okay, that works. That's kind of shit.
Yeah.
All right, that's all right.
Which I guess is up to the public too.
Yeah,
you know,
and at the end, I think it's mostly the public.
Yeah.
Like the critics will obviously like have things that they hold dear, and those will be like passed down through the people who are really into it.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the public has a pretty good grasp on like art as a whole, and like I feel like especially the further away you get from it, like the better things definitely endure longer.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that deserves it, always the cream rises to the top.
Yep. And at this point, like anything, there we go. And I mean, anything that's just kind of like a joke is just gonna turn into a meme.
Yeah.
And like, I guess that's the state of the world right now.
Well, I mean, even you can have a good joke that's
true.
Like
maybe that's
seriously.
art too, dude. I don't know.
Dude, I think some of the best like pieces of media or art or what have you are low key jokes.
Yeah.
Like just big jokes. Like Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. That's a comedy about nuclear annihilation. It's a comedy. It's a big joke, and it's one of the best films of all time.
Yeah, I have to see that.
And it's so.
I'm gonna write
like,
that down.
Yeah,
it's gonna be my watch. You gotta give me another like. I guess I ask this every time to a guest. Is like, what's the one? Like, it could be a couple too if you can't do one.
Yeah.
That like really changed you. It could be recent or like over all time. That really like hit you in the heart, or like hit you in some way that changed you,
right?
The way you thought about things.
Yeah.
Do you think you got one right now?
Oh yeah, easily.
What do you got?
Well, I got like one or two, but the main one is The Monkey's Head.
The Monkey's Head.
No, it's like The Monkeys, like the band, and then it's the title is Head, but it's like presented as the like you have to put in to find it like The Monkeys Head.
Yeah.
If you just put in head, you'll just get a bunch of pictures of heads.
Yeah, that's true.
But that, like, it's super surrealistic. It's written by Jack Nicholson.
Really?
And directed by Bob Rafelson. And they did it right before they did Easy Rider. Like, Nicholson wrote this right before he was in Easy Rider. I don't think he wrote Easy Rider. But, But so it's just, so they came from the TV show for that.
Yeah.
And then basically the network was trying to like kill their momentum because the band had basically gotten legal freedom from the record label to like make their own music rather than being forced to do specific songs. And so they were like, okay, you can do what you want. You can do a film. We'll give you the money. And so they got it, and they made this wild, like outrageous, just off the wall comedy.
Really?
It's so it's a day in their life on a film set.
Oh.
And so it switches between it's like 6 narratives that are the films they're making, plus the narrative of them making the films, and then the subtext of them versus like everyone.
Dude, I gotta watch like tonight.
It's crazy.
Wait, what?
So it's like, and also they were feeling some type of way when they wrote it. So it's basically, you can argue, and I'd kind of argue it too, it's structured similarly to like a psychedelic experience, because each band member has like a low point and a high point. And the high point, they stagger, and like the visuals and everything also, it's just like peak psychedelia for a film, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's one of the best films I've ever watched, and I go back to it all the time.
That's such like after you told me it, like that's what I picture you. Yeah. That's what I picture when I picture you.
Yeah, it's like a film that just like is the embodiment of like my interests and stuff, and like
that's always so crazy.
Like story wise, like have you ever watched One Piece?
Yeah.
So I want to do a show like One Piece but live action.
Oh,
just
shit.
like I want to frame it like an old 60s comedy, just like super wide frames, and like a mix of like, say like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, like that style of shooting where it's like really wide frames, a lot of like slapstick mixed with like a little bit of wordplay here and there, and just like a lot of whimsy, and like
that's a cool mix of like, cause
like a lot of the like stuff, sorry to interrupt.
No.
But,
keep going.
A lot of the stuff like general comedies that I see now, I'm just bored because it's just people talking and improving. Yeah. But it's not like true improv. It's just, you can like, there is true improv out there obviously, and I respect it a lot. It's like it's very hard to improv. It's not easy at all. But a lot of what I see in like the mainstream is just like point a camera at someone and just let them like say a bunch of random lines and riff, and it's like real clear
and throw it together.
But I'm like, so I just want to get away from that and just like go slapstick, or not slapstick, but like physical and visual.
That'd be a cool like mix of like the different cultures at least. Film I studied abroad in Japan, and I took a film class. This was even before I like was in the film program here. I just decided to do it, and the class was like new Japanese cinema, and dude, it is very different, like in terms of structure, content, and like very different. Have you ever watched like any Japanese like films? Obviously like Kurosawa and stuff, like a lot of the classics. I haven't
watched any really modern stuff aside from anything.
I mean, a lot of like, I think definitely stick to the older.
I did watch something recently that I wanted to bring up though.
Sure.
Oh my god.
They do a lot of weird things, dude. That's one thing.
Not new, but like 2017 Netflix show. Kantaro, the Sweet Tooth Salaryman.
Oh, that salaryman, dude. The salaryman life.
So it's about this salaryman, and
it's a movie?
It's a show.
Oh, really?
First episode, you open up, you're with the guy, and he's starting a new job. He got this new job so that he could have more time to taste all the delectable sweets that Tokyo has to offer. Because at his prior job as a programmer, he could only have a chance to taste them on the weekends. But now, since he can be so super efficient at his sales job, he can use the spare time from his sales calls to go taste all the sweets.
This is what I'm saying.
It's
in
like the areas.
Like,
and it's like, so half of it is a comedy.
Yeah.
like an office-based comedy where like this guy has a secret. He doesn't want them to find out that he's like the Sweets Night blogger who blogs about all these places. Because like one of his coworkers, like second or third episode is just, I'm spoiling it, whatever. I don't care. Third episode.
Shit, dude. Someone might be watching Kintaro out there.
Comedy.
No, that's fine.
But third episode, she's just like just calls him out. She's like, he's only been posting like right after your work calls get off and in the same areas you've been in, and he's like about to do this super intense like marathon where he goes between 3. But the first half is a comedy, and then this once he gets to the place, it's basically him like orgasming over the dessert. Yeah. And it, like having like an orgasmic trip from the dessert.
What the fuck?
And then also him just like indulging in like the architecture and like care and history of the places so it's like a procedural of like showing off these pastry and sweets shops, but within this comedy show.
See, like no one thinks of that.
It's here. And it's so good. It's so engaging because like if the comedy's not hitting, you know that the like those treats are gonna look good. And also you're gonna laugh because like this man's getting doused in like syrup and like swimming in like like ice cream and sauce, and it's great. It's so good.
They just kill with like the just like they make a story out of like you never think of it. There's always just like they do like you think every idea has been done, but it hasn't. If you just look at some Japanese shit.
And that's a big thing for me is like you got to look at other cultures.
Yeah, man.
You have to pull and draw and share like a whole like
that's super important. I'm glad you said that, man.
There is like cultural appropriation. Like that is a thing out there that you have to be aware of and like cautious of. But overall, if I'm watching Japanese like cinema and I'm taking from it and then using like ideas or even like ideologies like religious and spiritualistic beliefs from it, I don't think that's wrong because you're sharing with each other your beliefs systems and like your understanding of the world, and then you take in what they've given you and you show them, oh well, this is how I interpret that.
Yep. And
then they can take it back, and it's a back and forth, and it's a conversation.
That's why we live, man. Yeah. It's like to share that idea, to share ideas and like live amongst each other, and you know we're not always gonna agree with everything, but it's important to just open your mind, see the other perspective, and you grow from it. Both of you do.
Oh
you know?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's good. I like that. We're nearing like an hour, dude.
Oh, really?
Doesn't it feel quick?
Dude, it is quick. I was
right?
like, damn, it's probably like half an hour. Like literally
dude,
half the time.
Did you have anything you want to show us?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I know you work on like a bunch of things.
Yeah.
You've been busy.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep busy. Like I've been trying to do at least like one project a semester.
For sure.
Because like it's the only time I'm free all the time. So why not?
And if you want to like plug any like, you know, anywhere we could find you. If you have anything out, or you know what I mean, like obviously I'm gonna get links and stuff from you. If you have anything out, I can put you through. I'll put it in the descriptions and stuff.
I'm gonna probably set up my Vimeo soon.
Yeah, dude.
Probably.
You gotta get your own thing. That's so. I want to say, man. I always like. Before I started doing the podcast, I didn't know. Like I knew, but I didn't know how important it was to just like put stuff up and put stuff out,
to just have it
there. I have like so many ideas, and everyone does, dude, and no one like, and we all suffer from it, you know what I mean? And we always think like, oh, like we're sitting on so much, like I'm sitting on so much like just music in general too. And I've always just tell myself,
you've been going for like months and haven't released anything.
I've been going for years. Like I started like when I was young, man. But like if anyone has an idea or anything, man, like just put it up. Consistency is key. Like that's what I've seen with the podcast, like the way it grows, the way like Brian stuff grows, or anything, you know what I mean? It's like if you're doing stuff and your name is still up there and it's coming up every week or every month or every whatever year, you know what I mean? it just keeps pushing you forward. You know what I mean? So I think you should do that too.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely talked with Neil about it, and he like the same
boy.
thing, said the same exact thing. He was like, you just have to get your stuff out there.
Yeah, man.
Because if it's not there, no one's gonna find it.
Yeah.
Because no one's looking for it already.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to try and like get it out in front of them and be like, hey, I have this.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
because no one's gonna know if you have anything.
Yeah.
If
like,
you don't,
no one's gonna ask. Like, hey, do you have something?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need a short film. Do you have something?
Yeah.
Oh, I need a director who can do like horror or something. Do you have a reel?
No
one's gonna ask that.
No one's gonna come up to you and say, "Dude, can you do this?"
Yeah. No, they're like maybe in college when everyone needs help immediately. Yeah. But like when you're,
I think that's one of the most positive things about college.
Yeah.
I think
the collaborative aspect, because it's just a flow. It's just like a flow. Of like oh, I need a sound person. Like, can you cover me? And then I'll cover you for your film on that day.
Yep.
And then like, oh, like I need help with special effects. Like, oh, I've worked. With
there's someone for everything. You know, it's a cool like hub for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got for us, dude?
So this is short that I did for a After Effects course that I took.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just I kind of took it from the screenplay that I'm writing now. It was like a scene that I had in my head of like these aliens coming down and taking someone.
Damn.
Yeah, that's about it. It's like I think I'm not gonna talk about theme and stuff. It's a short little fun video.
Yeah.
But there's no like audio or anything right now. I was actually wanted to talk with you about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll talk, dude.
Yeah, because also I need to re-edit it too. Because there's just some things that I'm like, it's a little too long here, a little too.
Yeah. That's so cool, dude. Thanks for showing that.
No, yeah, of course.
It's like
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, you. I don't know how. Like, I love seeing people's work, and like, I can tell like there's a style between like each project. You know what I mean? And it like runs through. You know what I mean? So I love that like you have like everyone like I have my own thing too, but like you have this. I don't know why, I just think of this like mythological or like lore, like kind of like I don't know, something about it, like a folklore kind of aspect of things. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, fuck, man.
Yeah. But
dude.
So like,
dude, I definitely like when I was watching it, bro. Like I hear sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in my mind, I'm hearing.
I hear them, but like I like.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been trying for like 6 months now, or not 6
really?
Months, like 3 or 4 months to try and like put something down for it, and every time I just scrap it. I'm like, I can't just can't get it out.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like I think it's the editing that I want to finish the editing first.
Yeah. Dude, send it to me.
Yeah.
And you know what? With stuff like this, you know what I do? I just put on headphones and like I do this at like 1 a.m. And I just sit there on my like board.
Oh, yeah.
And I just play, dude.
That's what I was
doing.
Like
while I'm going.
Like I listened to it with like the temp, like the inspirational bit. Like I picked a track that I wanted to pull from. Interstellar Overdrive by Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Like the last minute. The last like 3 minutes of it, like when it comes back and then it's like panning back and forth and stuff, and like into the end, and of the song, and so I would listen to that, and then I would just be there like trying to like
I feel
put
you.
down like just even like simple like drones and stuff, and then just to put like I was trying to even do like a minimalistic, just like soft droning tones, and then just like skittering metallic noises, and then when the montage starts happening, having like more like wrenching metal, buckling under pressure type stuff. But it's like I just can't.
I don't know. No, I like same thing with me. What I picture is like that like overwhelmingness, and then like I imagine like very muffled voices too. And like weird beeping and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm gonna definitely edit and send it to me, dude. And I'll do a little bit. I don't know. I love doing that kind of stuff, dude. I think we're good.
We're good?
Bro.
Okay.
Thank you so much
of course.
for coming on.
Of course.
Patrick Morgan.
Thank you.
You can find you on what? Instagram, YouTube?
YouTube, Pmo. It's _P___.
Damn, bro. I got to put that up for sure.
Yeah.
No, I'll link it all below. So guys, check it out. Do you have anything else you want to say? Anything? To the people? There's some people watch this, dude.
Some people watch this.
Yeah, I guess so. Or listen, I don't know.
I only did it because I didn't think people watched.
That's why we're comfortable here.
I'm like, oh god, no, not. If you have an internship, please. I need one. Other than that, I'm just working on stuff. So I guess just keep up with Mike's social media and mine, and then I'll be like sharing the stuff I'm working on if you're interested in checking that stuff out.
Awesome, dude.
But yeah,
we'll share it too.
Hell yeah,
for sure. Thank you so much for coming on. That's Patrick Morgan, guys. That's episode 11 of the podcast. You start playing the kalimba. So put it next to the mic too. Come on, guys. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, www.yourherepodcast.co. We could not afford the M. We miss Dave. We love Dave. He's out in Aruba. Bro, he's in Aruba. He's chilling, bro. I'm glad he deserves it, bro. And I'm going to have to say it because he always says it. I'm signing out. I'm Mike. I'm signing out.
I'm Pimo. I'm signing out.
And for Dave, we love y'all.
Stay easy.